Hello everyone, it's Chadman here. Welcome back to Napoleonic Wars. We bring upon you the joy and celebration that is the 11th birthday of the 33rd Regiment. And here are some of the attendees in all their glory. You can see English versus the French. There's HLI Rix and his band of brothers, so to speak. We've got some more people getting set up, flag holders. Over here we have the 23rd, looking very handsome, ready to go. Recruit ends, and who's the officer? There's Lieutenant Cherzard, ready to go. And so all the, as is the normal fare, all the regiments are getting set up. 19th getting set up, being led forward by Colonel Kieran. Fine beard, sir. And we go and see what's happening over here. Random horse crashes, as is the norm for Napoleonic Wars. And Rix and the HLI moving out. Supported on their right flank by a column of the NR-59. There's Oberst Darth Killer. Let's go and have a look to see if we can find some of the Brits. Here we are. BIR, 1st Brigade, I presume, Fusilier von Diesden. And they're all moving out as well, flags flying. Who's leading them? There's Osterlich. There, Sergeant, I believe. And over on the side, Hauptmann Momon, or Monmon. So these guys are moving out. Nice double line coming in there from the 1B. Let's have a look around. HLI getting into it in the woods. Here we go, 102nd in KGL. And they seem to be defending the main building against the onslaught. Oh goodness, that's an onslaught and a half. The French have arrived. You've got defenders over here on the top of the building, the 33rd. Well, one less of the 33rd. Literally holding on by his foot. I was going to say by the fingertips, but no, that's by the toenails. So there's some guys up here, obviously getting a little bit toasty. There's Bono Killer and Silesian, looking down upon the enemy as they charge into the main square of this building complex, I suppose you could call it. There's Recruit Astra holding the flag. Highly defensive door, as you can see. But these guys also being fired down upon by defenders and attackers. You can see some of these guys trying to defend that position. It's going to be tough. And some cannonballs from Euro Morbius. Some nice kills there. Always nice to see cannon fire. Unless you're, of course, a man on the receiving end of it. Over the side of the brick wall. The stone wall. Comes the force. This is the 23rd. Under the command of Cherzard, moving forward. You can see taking careful steps, making use of the cover. Doesn't want to give away his men's positions. Uh-oh. Some fire coming in from behind, courtesy of the 2nd Brigade of the BIR by the looks of it. Going in for the melee kills. Oh, cannonball. Sana with a nice cannonball. Kills a couple of teammates, but kills a couple of enemies as well. And here is Paladin of BIR 2B. We call him 2nd Brigade. Just more fitting. Oh, goodness me. Oh, Mon just got murdered. Had too many on him. He just couldn't hold them all back. Was just overwhelmed at the last minute. Poor Mon. Never mind. Now, this looks... Yep, there's some engineering going on. Engineering by Recruit Salamander of the 1st EB. We heartily approve of said engineering. And he appears to be building, as is normal, the artillery Fort Derp. Who's the cannoneer? There's Sana. Getting loaded. There's a gentleman there guarding the cavalry. As a cavalry, guarding the artillery. Well, it ended with a Y. It was close. And there's some, there we go, some aggressive engineering. The Blockers going in for any enemy cannonballs coming in this direction. Cannon firing off there. You can hear the whistle of the cannonball coming over the top of these guys' heads. But some nice defenses against oncoming cavalry. Excuse me. And let's move out here. You can see some of the horsemen now. Some of these guys coming under attack. Oh, goodness. Who are these fellows? It's Corporal of Horse Mark. You can see on from the 33rd. Going in with those long curved cavalry sabres, and he's been dehorsed. Horse assassination has occurred. Now he's got to fight for his life. On foot. 2 versus 1. And the man is down. Without his horse, he was nothing, sadly. Didn't have the movement he would have liked. And was cut down at the last moment. So here, the 1st SGR. Along with Muba Niba Niba. What a great name. From the 1st SGR. And these fine fellows. Under the command of Lance Corporal Ferry. And now you can see them teaming up with other members of the French army. The NR-59. Out they come. Looking for the enemy. They can see the enemy over to one side. Nearer the fort position. And so these guys... I think you could call that a line somewhere. But it's obviously it's a little disorganised. But you've got a fine line coming over here on the left side. Complete with Melone doing the old musician thing. Which is also always good to see. Can't get enough musicians in this game. Oh goodness, it's a pirate. Sarissa. Lovely young buxom pirate. Picked up a weapon and will go and support the artillery section. As now moving out here on the right is the 23rd Regiment. Oh goodness, you can see why. They're going to be moving out onto a flanking position. Can they get the position? No, they couldn't get the fire off in time. The enemy closed the position, and a nice kill coming in there from Euro Morbius with the cannonball. As the 33rd, it was the 33rd that moved up on these guys, locked them into a position where they'd have to melee their way out. And they may have the advantage of numbers. You can see. There's Bubble. In trouble. Quick turn and a stab. Very nice indeed, but supported by the cavalry as well. Look at this. Bubble. Oh, look at that. Supported by cavalry. Bubble coming back to get, and Bubble is burst. Poor old Bubble is no more. And now all they've got to do is deal with the troublesome cavalry. There's Swissy. Going out with the nice long saber. Trying to get a nice kill on somebody. Let's see what you can do. Because you don't really want to get them too close to you, because otherwise they can get a nice kill on you, which is not so great. There's Alexander. And there we go. That is the round over. And we move on to the next one. And we return for the next round. It is a charge upon the cannons across the very open field. Look at this. The guy's getting set up already from the first EB, and across this large field will be their quarry, their target, their opponent. It's going to be brutal. Now, it's interesting to see how many are going to go with plain cannonball and how many are going to go with grape shot to get the combination of the troops coming towards them. Now, obviously, because all different regiments, infantry Van Nassau there, the 84th, of course, the Royal Guard, always nice to see them. Shout out to RG member, the French monk. He may not be here, but probably is in spirit. Double bread from the 56th. First DB. There's twice Sana. Euro Morbius. Oh, there's a lot of fist punching going on. Euro Laudius. And of course, the sailor, Sarissa. So, these guys are getting set up. Oh, goodness me, look at that. I think it's fair to say there's a punch-up going on somewhere. Look at this. This will be the reinforcement cavalry of the French to support their guns. Now let's have a look over the British waiting behind the brow of the hill. And they'll be advancing at the trot. Last thing you want is the trots in combat. Gets very messy. And here they are, look at that. And they're cantering. Well, some of them are. Come on, fellas. Oh, look at those cannonballs coming in, just decimating them. Look at that. Wow. And here they come, charging into the cannon fire. And then immediately the reinforcements of the French cavalry come out from the left flank to engage. Oh wow, look at that. Looks amazing. As you can see now, the British cavalry flowing through on the right flank. Enveloping the guns, the positions being taken. The men on the guns being killed. At the same time as the French cavalry attempt to try and mop up the attackers as best they can. There's Josh from the 2nd Brigade of the BIR. That long cavalry sabre, so they reach down by the side of the horse. Man all on his own. Poor old Canioldus got caught out there in the field. Brutally murdered. Oh, look at this. Dragoons and all the rest of it. The Cuissards, that one guy from the 1st GR. Nice murder. Oh, we murdered the horse. Oh dear, he's on the floor. Oh, he's still blocked it coming back up. And he's getting horsed. Oh, he got horsed as well. Poor man. And there's a lot of horse crashing going on in the centre. These guys continue to fight. So Legion finished off. Lots of horse assassination occurring. And the guns, for the most part, are quiet. Most of the troops in the gun positions have been taken out. All that remains is the mobile cavalry. What's going on over here? Quite a few bods. Oh dear. And then Papa Weimar managing to defend himself. Though lacking a horse, he's going to have to go and find, as of course typical, he finds a horse, runs towards it, and the horse runs away. Let's see if we'll get the same effect here. No, this one will let him get aboard. So now he's back on the horse. And you can see the remaining members of the British forces trying to cut down the French cavalry. Oh wow, look at this. All with their swords raised. Look at this. Nigel going in for a stab on the horse to try and take his enemy's mount down. Oh dear, look at that. Sliced out of the air. And now Nigel can move on to other quarry. Oh, look at that. Horse brought down. Lovely attack there. That was somebody who we'll never see again now because the camera moved on. Damn camera. Could be Papa Weimar. We're not sure. But the United Kingdom has succeeded, has won the round, and we're on to the next one. And so we return for the next round. So let's see who our flag holders are. There's Arane Gabi, and holding the Imperial Eagle on the left here is Lance Corporal Ferry, or Ferry. All fine drumming work. Beethoven from the 19th. And you can see now here moving out. There's Lorenz for the NR59 with the Oberst leading them. You can see cannons being dragged into positions. Look at that fine depression in the ground. Lots of open area there. Good position for the cannons to make advantage of. So we'll wait and see how it turns out. And you can hear the cannons over here on the right in this rather precluded place. Twice Sana in there. Oh goodness. Oh, horse goes down. And a kill on the... Oh heavens. Laudius with a fine kill onto the 33rd. Wow. Fantastic shot coming in there. And you've got HLI moving up as well. And support here from the NR59, of course. Fine fellows. So we can find the 33rd. Recently impoverished as a result of a cannon shot. But you can see them now making their way towards the burning buildings. And you can see them being quite aggressive. Now supporting the 102nd KGL. There's Recruit Asta with the flag. And another kill into the 33rd. Wow. Some fine cannonball killing coming in here. I mean, look at this. Yeah, it's just carnage. And, oh god, Kincaid just caught a cannonball. Oh, wow. Let's have a look at the scores. I mean, there we go. Euro Laudius, 15-1. That's quite impressive, I have to say. And there he is again. And looks like they've come under attack. Out here in the field. The 1st Brigade trying to pull back a little bit. Maybe regroup as they're under attack from the 84th. Recruit George far from the Royal Guard 84th. And now you can see Hauptmann Floll of the 1st Brigade BIR moving out to support the 2nd Brigade up here on the hill. See if we can find the mass murder of people. Euro Laudius. It looks like the cannon position. Look at these fellows. 23rd. And the oldest in there as well. Defending their flag position from the onslaught that is coming in all directions. Look at these guys. 19th. Grenadier Cobra there. Who's this poor soul on his own? Varuja or Vajuga from the 1st EB, possibly Latvian based on that name. Difficult to say. Cookie Monster holding onto the flag for the 1st SGR. Now taking that flag in with its Golden Eagle, Imperial Eagle on the top. Placed it down. Oh, people getting murdered around him. Oh, this is bad. And here is the 23rd getting set up on their line. Supporting that line in front of them, which is HLI. Look at these fine, brave fellows. Standing their ground against the onslaught that is coming. You can see, look at this, just over the hill. Double lines coming in from the 33rd. This is just a cannonball kill waiting to happen, really. But we'll wait and see how it turns out. Captain Stiper of the 33rd. Making sure all the boys are getting themselves together. There's still a cavalryman, Edward Hay from the 84th, trying to make trouble. Barging people down, and he's now lost his horse. And he's now lost his life. So now we're looking at the remains of a defensive position being pushed pretty hard by the 33rd. And of course, the raw horse artillery there, maybe. We'll have to wait and see. Invitational ruse. Correction. And there's the commentator's curse again. Oh dear, sorry ruse. Happens every time. But we look up on the hill. Oh goodness me, look at that kill feed. The 102nd KGL and the 33rd working together, and over on the opposing hill more French forces taking some casualties. The 23rd supported on their flank to a degree by the 56th, who are a little bit chaotic at the moment, need to get themselves organised. What's going on with this lot? The 1st EB and a smaller group here of the 19th. And the NR 59 trying to get organised against the onslaught. Will he make it out? Nope. Nice try, Sir Legion. Not taking a horse without permission. So he then tries to move back, as these guys are going to have to start moving forward. But you can see they've lost quite a few of their number. And that's going to be the problem for them, the 102nd KGL. And you can see, because of the flag holder, people can then spawn on the flag, so they're able to bring the forces back up to suitable numbers with reinforcements. And that's why they've got to keep their flag holder safe. So you can see, but they're coming under sustained fire over here from these fellas, who are doing a great job. The NR 59 doing a fantastic job of keeping sustained fire on the Brits and the hill. And they're supported on the flank by, obviously, the 1st SGR, with their Lance Corporal holding the flag so they can continue to spawn. Over on the further left, we have the 56th, and even further, the 23rd. So you can see the flag holder there, literally. Recruit Gandalf literally going back and forward to try and avoid shots from getting killed, and then obviously that would give them a problem for flag spawning. But it's definitely it's a new side of things with respect to, it's a new strategy. It makes for a quite intense. Oh, look at this. There we go. There's Malone. Special man from the NR 59. Look at these guys. Don't they look lovely? Up on the hill. Hiding behind it. Yeah, that's a sensible position to hide. Right next to a tree. As he's losing some of his friends. And that means they need to pull back and regroup. We've got this fella here. Combat Leader Z. From the SGR, looking to attack from within the bush. And that's exactly what he's done. And he could get punished for it. Yes, that's exactly what happened. Marksman Burgundy from the 33rd. Trying to stay out of trouble. But the fire is quite consistent from the French forces down here. In this depression down below. Now you get another section. Another line moving out. The NR 59 now having regrouped. Respawned. And getting into position for a fusillade of fire onto the British forces. Look at that, isn't that wonderful? Oh dear, one goes down. But now they're supported out on their further on their left flank by these brave fellows who are from the 23rd. There's recruit Enns and Tolga. And there's Gandalf again at the back. So now you can see them moving out over onto the left flank, forcing the Brits to flee. Oh, a nice kill! Whoa, Nelly! Look at that! Wow, cannonball fineness coming in from Swiss and also other members. There's Laudius, Euro Laudius again with multiple kills. Look at that, just amazing, amazing. 32 kills, 3 deaths. That's just, yeah, obscene. Absolutely. But you can see the battle continues. Nevertheless, as the guys continue to push, Darthkiller pulling his boys forward with himself, trying to keep them moving around so they're less susceptible to bullet fire coming in their general. Whoa, Nelly. Sana again with a multiple cannonball kill. F in the chat for the casualties, yeah. Very much so. Great cannonball skills coming in from Sana today. Pretty impressive, you gotta say. You know, making the most of the opportunity of people being lined up, as you can see. An opportunistic cannoneer is going to make the best of it. Oh, who's fighting for his life? Oh, that was Bat Leader Z. Combat Leader Z. As more people get taken down, as the cannonballs come flying in. Look at that. So the French artillery doing a real number on the Brits today. So we've got more Brits here from the 33rd. Making their way around the side of the building. Well, precisely. And now you can see them. Bit of damage, bit of property damage going on there. And you can see another group of Brits also moving in. It's the 2nd Brigade. Look at these guys. They look great. There's Josh at the back. And now these guys are all working together as a group. All moving in. Round one side of the defensive position. As the cavalry merges over there on the right side. Let's see if we can find out. Oh goodness me. The French army still fighting in the woods for dominance to see if they can push back the Brits to the building. And they're definitely doing a good job so far. Oh, watch out. Can he hold us? Oh, look out. Can he hold us? You're going to get stabbed in the bum. Oh, that's a sad, sad way to go. Death by bleeding butt. Can never be good. Jewish King from the 56th. Seems to be having a slight seizure, but now you can see the French forces moving up. Here's HLI taking pot shots of the Brits in the distance. Now the Brits are going to form a line. Hauptmann Flull are going to fire back. Look at that. Their flag holder's just been injured. Oh, so look at that. Cannonballs coming in. Look at that teardrop shape and the bouncing cannonball that came across from the likes of these assassins. Morbius and Eurolordius. Fine cannoneering. And now it looks interesting. Oh, they've moved away because the Brits have moved up closer. They've not been able to keep their cannon position. Maybe they're going to move over to a different cannon position. We'll have to wait and see what's happening. So, here is... There's the Mass murderer twice Sana. Looking for an opportunity for a cannon kill. Moving over on the left side, you can see on the far hill, the Brits. That's what she's going to be aiming for over the top of her troops. It's going to be a tricky shot. But it may be the one she's looking for. And away it goes. A nice kill, triple kill there. And now you can see the 33rd in a double line, taking some substantial amount of fire to the point where they've had to now pull back to regroup. But supporting them on their left flank, you have another section of Brits from the BAIR 1st Brigade, now moving over onto the left flank. At the same time, over on the far left side, you have the Brits engaging the French. The NR-59, Camouflet, I think. Let's see. You can see them defending this position. But based on the amount of pressure that's coming in from the British, they may have to pull back. Oh dear. Hauptmann Floll has just been finished off. And here is Hauptmann von Orb, defending themselves from an onslaught of Frenchmen. Trying to look as spiky as he possibly can. And it could be a problem. They could be overrun. Yeah, it's not looking good for them. But more Brits are still fighting the corner as best they can. A cannonball still comes flying in. Oh, look at this. This is important. Ensign Henry has captured one of the Tricolor, meaning they've removed their ability to spawn for a couple of regiments, which is kind of important. Recruit Gandalf running away with the flag. And sadly for him, oh, the flag is out, but Morbius still determined to get some kills out of that. And you can see the British making their way back towards the cannon positions. Yep, they're gonna go on, shoot him. Yeah, I don't think that went well. Never mind. Oh. So, 23 French remain, 19 British. Still some members of the Royal Artillery in there. The cavalry. George from the 84th. So, just pausing to readjust. Danger of getting a numb-bum. Here's veteran Azazel. He seems to be all on his own. Swiss G currently hugging a tree. And it looks like they're trying to finish off the remaining Frenchmen. Oh dear. Tobin de Lee. Invitational. Pardon me. Trying to be as spiky as possible. Going in for a quick stamina grab. Turn and stab. He's defending himself from 3 attackers. Oh, nice kill, sir. Into McCabe from the 19th. He's got to watch his back. He's trying to watch that horse as well. Got the horse down and then, unfortunately, couldn't hold off the other attack. Right, last round is a hold the square. Oh, that has a potential to be very, very messy. So, 9 versus 2. So the Brits are on the disadvantage. Correction, they're even more disadvantaged now. There's just 1 left. Is it Donald McKay? No, it's Az. Oh, there's Colonel Raz. Hello, Colonel Raz. And it's all over. And we return with the next round. So, the square defence. You can see there's 2 sections of dirt on the grass here. And this is where the two squares are going to form up and defend themselves from probably absolute waves and waves of hosses. Mass clippity-clop attack. We'll have to wait and see how it turns out for them. As you can see, they're not really very good at following lines. I wonder how many of these boys coloured in between the lines when they were kids. Oh dear. Oh dear. Mass suicide event. And you can see the other boys getting set up. Here we go, first brigade. And we're going to get ready to go. Any second. What's going on over here? Random melon. The Jesus melon floating in the sky. Maybe it's replacement for two-dimensional bird. Haven't seen two-dimensional bird for a while, actually. Maybe he's not being put in maps. I don't know. We miss our friend, the two-dimensional bird. So now they're moving out to the squares. The positions which will form their defense. As you can see, look at that. A large number of troops on one side. 182. After a quick reset. There we go. Bots, 60 agents. So that's going to be 60 horses coming in this direction. It's going to make things interesting. Could be that some people are having problems with spawning of the artillery. Sometimes tends to happen in these games. Can be a little bit problematical. So now the question is whether or not the boys can get organised enough to make a square. So you can see the one line there. Last reset going on. There we go. So a bit of a config issue now being resolved. And now the boys rolling out. Getting ready, moving to their relative locations. Let's see how they managed to sort out their square. Oh, that's really going to help us swear. It's like a plough. Really not helpful at all. Really not helpful. Never mind. Who's over here being organised? Ah, the 2nd Brigade of the BIR. Hauptmann Mon. Keeping his boys well schooled, well drilled. So, yeah, I think we need to speak to some of these guys and explain to them what a square is. It's difficult to say whether or not they're aware of the concept of a rectangle. Yeah, it's Mountain Blade players, what can you say? It's difficult getting, it's like herding cats, especially with Mountain Blade players. Getting them all into the same location at the same time is difficult enough as it is. But getting them into a square with multiple regiments from multiple locations, it's difficult. See, they're getting there. They're getting there. See, definite improvement over here. Definite improvement. Just taking a little while for them to get sorted out. Bloody quadrangle. Yeah, that's pretty much, yeah. It almost looks like a speech bubble. So, yeah. Wonder what these guys are doing. I mean, they're all just standing there in a line, but not even close to the square. Not paying attention to what's going on around them. These guys seem a little bit more organised, but it's questionable. Alright, here we go. Here we go. This is looking better now. Yeah, this is looking more square-like. With, of course, the officer in the middle. Look at him. Oh, here come some horses. Here come the horses. Oh, goodness me. Oh, look at that. That's what happens when you don't have a properly formed square. They're going to get overcome from all directions. Oh, that's messy. That's very messy. And over here... yeah, similar sort of thing. The square didn't last long. It went pear-shaped pretty quickly. Imagine our surprise. Yeah, he's taking it carefully. Recruit Baker Ben. So can they hold this square as best as possible? Random horses will try escaping. It looks like they're going to try again in a second. Some fine drumming work going on from Beethoven. Good God, look at that face. Looks like a boiled horse. But it looks like they're going to be off again. Trying to defend against the next attack. This is looking a little more hopeful. Part of the problem is obviously because with the actual formations, it would basically be the front group kneeling with their bayonets out and the back group standing to fire. So it's not ideal, but you know what you can do, the best you can do under the circumstances. Look at these boys, so well drilled. Oh, and more horses! And they're able to jump over the top. As these guys are defending against the attack. The marauders. Oh dear. Fine bagpipery occurring. We approve of said bagpipery. Oh, who's the bagpiper in choice? There we go, Anna Garby. Fine bagpipery. Look at this. You can see the cursors jumping in to the square. Over here on the right hand side, the square has turned into a rhomboid, I suppose you could call it, or something like that. Yeah, it's not exactly going well. There's Swissy cavalry trying to support the boys. And here comes even more trouble. And here they go. Charging in from the flank. So they're all following one of the leaders. French Voltigeurs. Getting a lot of murder coming down on them. Who's this out here? Slutbag. What a name. Dear oh dear. Oh, look at this. A horse-bound bagpiper. We approve. And these guys doing their best to try and defend. Oh, look at that. All the cursors and horses coming in from the French. Massive amounts of damage. Immediately breaking the formation. Can you imagine having to do this in real life? How terrifying it would have been. You just have to see the scene from the film Waterloo just to give an idea of the sheer terror involved. Wow. Now this is interesting. Now they're moving out. Up onto the hill. To get a little bit more up close and personal. Turkish Panda. Trying to kill all of them. In they come. The horses come in from the flank. And this is why you have a square. And there you have it. United Kingdom has defended the fort. Thank you so much for watching. And obviously, happy birthday to the 33rd Regiment. 11 years. Celebrating quite an accomplishment. And obviously a shout out to all those who attended. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.